Hey everybody, welcome back to Loop Hero. As I said, we're going into chapter 2. We're going to take in our little rogue friend. So you can receive trophies after killing enemies in battle and exchange them for equipment in the camp. 5% vampirism from the start, 10% bonus for any effect for every equipped item with the same effect. So really stacking like one specific focus is key, I think. We've only dabbled with this. We saw it at the end of the last episode. I think I'm going to remove treasuries, though. I don't know if we're going to focus too much on gathering resources here, so I'm just going to get rid of this. I have a higher chance of all these other cards coming up. So let's rock and let's roll. Wish me luck. Okay. So it's a tight little loop today. Throw on some of this gear. We've got 2 weapon slots, 1 boot slot, and then an armor slot. Now, the thing here with this rogue class, none of our gear, like none of these drops do anything until we complete a circle. This is like a huge open area here, really interesting. We'll build our peak in this section. So it changes your gameplay, right? And I gotta really make sure that I can do a full loop with my current gear before I make any other decisions. I'll hold this for maybe a chrono thing. I could place it, but we're probably gonna be okay here for regen around this first round. Let's start a grove. Now, I think for groves, actually, like a section like this is kind of nice. Because this whole thing could be grove land, and then you could do a blood grove in here that can impact all of them. Now, some people were pointing out that I should try putting 2 blood groves next to each other. So I will if I can pull that off. We'll see. Yeah, and then we could like road lantern this to like simmer down the spawns. One thing I really want to... Ooh, nice. Battlefield. Okay. So, let's place this one... Actually, this is fine. So we can spawn a chest at the start of each loop. I'm pretty sure even the chests go into here and then, like, get refunded to us at some point. I shouldn't say at some point. When we complete a loop. Oh, another battlefield. Okay. Let's place that one out here. So I'll have double chests right at the start. Now, okay, now saying that, saying what I just said, how we don't get the stuff from the chest immediately, placing them at the start doesn't really matter. So I could place other stuff here when we're stronger and not worry about other enemies becoming ghosts. So maybe that's not the best placement here when we're playing as the rogue, but let's see. Okay, so there's our first batch of gear. Let me throw in, like, kind of by rank. So these are level 2, 174, 189, 163, magic damage or counter. I guess with this class, well, magic damage is good too. Counter is nice because you get more attacks in and then you get more crits, right? Let's go ahead and take that. We've got a dirk here, which does evasion. Well, we have an empty slot, so let's just use it. We have a pole arm that gives defense. We have a level 3 sword already. I think we'll just replace this. And then we have a level 2 sword or gladius, 7 to 11 and 8 to 12. Let's get rid of the evasion here for the... We'll just take the damage. 8 to 12 looks good. And then we have boots for a small amount of evasion. That works for me. So let's see here. If we get this kill... Wow. Nice. Yeah, so nothing. We don't get any drops from that at all. I'm noticing it's not even going into the trophies. So I wonder if chests even add any value to the rogue. That's really tough to say because it looks like we're filling this and then we empty it when we go in a circle. Interesting. Wonder if chests are like useless here. Okay, so we have a bunch of vampire mansions, bunch of meadows. I could start placing these, but I'm gonna be patient and hopefully get a chrono here. Hopefully get some villages for our vampire mansions. You know what? Let's fight a vampire on these blobs, and then I can put a village beside it if I want. Now these swarm of bats, these are lovely. So they spawn in because of the vampire, everyone who doesn't have this ability gets the ringing in the ears effect, repellent squeak, which is 10% chance of interrupting attacks. Very annoying, I would say. We're still pretty much at full health. Now, I could place these, as I say, and plan to put our things around there. So I might do that, seeing as we're getting a little tight. Let's go ahead and finish up our peak soon. So I think for chrono crystals, it's best to place them at like these corners. So then I can do like, I think 4 is about the max meadows I can get around it. So if I do a chrono crystal here, this will also impact the spawn rates, which could be nice. But maybe early I should be a little bit more cautious. So if I put a chrono crystal here, actually that doesn't work down there. Okay, I'll put it over on this section, and then I can do 1, 2, 3, 4 meadows. And we chrono crystal this. And then I might be able to chrono crystal this thing, I think. I can put this here to activate it as well. Let's take that. Get the small little daily heals going. Okay, here's our blood grove. We're going to put that in there. Beautiful. Okay, nice. This is our mountain peak. 470 HP at the top end. A couple road lanterns. Good. Okay, so it's tough to say, like, it's tough to say if we got anything out of those chests. Like, maybe this came from a chest. Who knows? Maybe it does work, but really tough to say. Okay, so max HP is up. Crit damage chance. So it's currently at 10. This will go to 22. That seems pretty significant. Don't think we need to worry about any of the other armor. Level 3 sword. Let's get rid of this one. This is less damage. Very small amount of defense. Which was whatever. These boots, extra evasion. That works for me. And 7 to 11, but we get evasion. 10%. But that evasion also stacks because we're the rogue, right? Oh, we're fighting a mimic, too. We've got ambush. Creature's first strike is always a critical hit and always hits the target. Oh, nice. That's great for us. That's fantastic. So next mountain spawns a goblin camp. I'm going to hold off on that if I can. I'm interested in maybe some evasion here, but do we want to drop the damage? Slightly. 10% evasion early isn't horrible. 11 to 17 or 10 to 16. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. Solid amount of wood out of that chest. At least it's something. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna buff these. I'm gonna buff these tiles with some vampires here, just to maybe get some better drops. God. Summons bats after health drops below 50%. Okay. So in a perfect world, to be able to not spawn these bats, we need to crit them from like 51% to 0. Where's my chrono crystals, man? Oh, thank you. Just gotta ask, that's all. Yeah, that's nasty. Okay, there's a village. Okay, this is some nice variety here. So perfect. That's good. We can activate these with mountains or something if we want. Rocks are probably better because mountains, we want that 4% HP for each adjacent rock or mountain. I think they've been making some like subtle patch changes and stuff in the background, which is like, you know, it's great, but also like even our mountain peak here, we're getting less HP. I don't know if, oh, maybe that's because of chapter 2 versus chapter 1. I'm not sure. Also, when we first tried the rogue, we were spawning in cards like this, like a sand thing and like a storm, something or other. I haven't seen those yet. Something to keep in mind. What do I want to do here? Skeleton. I think we build up our grove over here. A couple of meadows. If I place a mountain, we are going to spawn in goblin camp, and I don't have a way to oblivion it. I do have a village. Where am I? Which way are we going? Going this way. So I put a village down here, and we can heal a bit. Let's give us a quest as well. I need to decide. Oh, there's another blood grove. Okay, cool. So where am I going to put the skeleton? Let's just throw a skeleton down here for now. Let's do a double blood grove and see what happens. Okay, so roots devour enemies that have less than 15% HP. This is called a hungry grove. A blood grove that has lost its connection with the forest in constant agony because of its irrational existence. Occasionally attacks the hero for 14 damage and devours enemies that have less than 20% HP left. Okay, so interesting. This is cool because this impacts bosses too. So I think we want to set up blood groves near our spawn. I don't know what boss would be here. Would be in this second chapter, or maybe it's multiple enemies. I don't know. But either way, this is 20% at the bottom end for them to insta-kill. Cool. And I also imagine it says here it's lost its connection with the forest. So if I had like a grove next to this and then Oblivion the grove, then this would become a hungry grove. And it seems like you can only place these groves in the vicinity of a grove or a blood grove. So cool. Very neat. Very neat. I could start placing these in anticipation of another one of these. If I placed one here, this doesn't have amazing spots. I guess I could place one up here. And we could activate it this way. Are we worried about anything right now? I think we're okay. I should probably, like the next village, I'll activate it on a vampire for sure. So we can get that going earlier. I probably should have done that here because that mediocre heal is not a big game changer right now. Okay, so that's set up to go. Do you want to activate these? Got a bunch of road lanterns, man. Holy smokes. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to place 3 mountains here for some adjacency bonuses. We're going to get the goblins down here, which just happen to be by the village. That's fine. We can do a lantern there. And let's do a lantern up here. Let's save the other one. That way, like, the goblins won't get so out of control. Now, if I place another village, I think we'll spawn, like, a bandit camp. Now, this blood grove, or this hungry grove, is only going to impact these two. So, for the 20%. But I think we can still spawn... We spawn those fiends based off of a blood grove. Not the hungry one. So, quest, 200% HP. No big deal. 200% HP blob. God, that's what they called me in high school. Okay, goblin camp. Peace. He was just spawning a goblin there too, so that's sick. Let's activate that meadow for up to 51 HP per day. Oh, I always miss this, by the way. I always miss this. I gotta try and keep an eye on that. All right, what do we want to do here? Surveyor plus 0.5 what? Oh, per loop HP for an adjacent roadside tile while passing a tile. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. Axis tilt would be cool. Time flies 25% faster. So we're getting that daily heal 25% more frequently. And supplies, we leave 10% of our findings per each loop, which is not bad. I'm going to play this just to figure out what it does. Plus 0.5 per loop HP for an adjacent roadside tile while passing a tile. Okay. It's going to be really hard to try and figure that out, but let's equip some of our new gear. So let's go weapons first. 10 to 14. It's an improvement. Let's ditch that evasion now. And yeah, we'll keep the magic damage and defense. This one can go. Not a big deal. Boots-wise, we have a few thousand options. I'm not going to consider the level 3. So evasion and magic damage, or 15 evasion. Or counter. A little bit less evasion, but counter. Now, counter, I think, might be nice for the rogue. Evasion's great, but when you counter, you get a chance to crit more, right? So we're at 22% chance to crit. I would think that countering would be kind of favored over that. This is a pretty big HP boost. I'm going to just save this. But we're also getting crit damage chance here, so that's what's bringing us up to that 22. And the counter, so I kind of want to leave that. So we have 8% counter from here, 14 from here, which brings us to 20. Wait. Should bring us to 22, but we're getting that 10% stack bonus to take us up to 24. Yeah, cool. That's really neat. A little bit more math involved, but thank God the game does that automatically. Come on, baby. Cemetery for skellies. Yeah. I think down here is good. You can kind of keep it. We're getting too. Oh, what's this? Dark slime. Undying stuns opponent for 3 seconds. That's great. Holy smokes. Okay, we're taking a bit of a beating here, but it could certainly be worse. Could definitely be worse. Now, I'm going to pass here. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to put the Vampire Mansion on this. It's impacted by the Road Lantern, so we should only spawn 3 little dudes there. Or should I just take the heal and place it after? Maybe I'll take the heal and place it after, because we're in, like, a medium spot. I still don't understand what this is doing. I don't... So what this says to me is my loop HP. The way I'm understanding this, my loop HP is like my heal here, maybe? Plus 0.5. So maybe I'm getting this... I don't know. For an adjacent roadside tile? I don't know what that means. Okay, so we just healed a little bit there. So maybe that's counting... Okay, so let's see here. We're going to cross this. Oh, we just got the day. Let's see. Yeah, so we're healing based on roadside tiles. Looks like we're healing like 2 HP for each of these. Okay. That's what seems to be happening. See, we just healed a little bit there. So the more tiles, the more we'll be healing. I think. I don't know if that's good. But healing is, you know, healing is beneficial. This little... this is going to get nasty here. It's going to get nasty. Let's do this. We'll ransack this village. I could start thinking about where I'm going to place another little chrono deal. Maybe right here. We'll do 4 like this. I'll place these rocks maybe right before here so we get a small boost. This would drop counter a bit, drops evasion, but gives us 8% attack speed. I think that's a decent trade. So we also are getting some drops. Some. I don't know what dictates that. There goes all of our goodies. I'm gonna put a village here so we can heal after this fight. There's a bandit camp. It's unfortunate. Come on. Yikes, dog. We're gonna heal. I might have to just take the HP boost here. It's gonna get rid of our crit damage chance, which really sucks. But this does boost our bottom end HP. I'm gonna heal for 35. Takes me to like just over 100. Ugh, gross. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna play it. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna hover over here so that I have the opportunity to switch this if we get low. Whoa. Oh, that's like, oh my god. Just absolutely slaughtered. Okay. Okay, that's a bit scary. That's a bit scary. It's a bit scary. Huh. All right. I'm going back in. Let's go back in. Let's see what we can accomplish here. Now that I know what that perk does, I mean, I guess it could be good if your loop HP is high, but I don't know exactly how it's calculating that. Was that something I would pick in the future? I have to ask myself. I don't know. Also, it's curious that we're not getting those other cards that we saw before. Like, and it was a surprise getting those cards, don't get me wrong, because we don't have them in our deck. But maybe it was just like the first time you do a new class, it like drops cards for you or something that you don't have access to. I'm not sure. I should definitely be vampire mansioning these blobs right now to hopefully get some better drops. Let's anticipate maybe Chrono Crystal over here. There's a nice little village. I think I'm going to wait to ransack until a little bit later. I'll do a village here. I'm just gonna place this where it impacts like the least amount of tiles, essentially. Chrono there. Vampire Mansion. I could put. Let's do it here. I just don't want the battlefield thing bringing up a bunch of ghosts, you know? This bat swarm. Holy smokes. Okay, extra chrono crystals. Nice. Also, I'm realizing with the if you don't have the thing unlocked where you get the basic warrior gear, you're literally going through your first loop with nothing, which is scary big time. Skeleton. Let's just spread it out a bit. These frickin' bats. Okay. So here's our peak. Now that brings harpies. Something to think about. And we do have an Oblivion. We're going to heal here. We're going to heal here. That's fine. I think I'll save the Oblivion for the Goblin Camp. It will spawn at our next rock drop. Another little village heal. Wouldn't be bad. Or do I want to ransack now? No. I'm not going to ransack yet. Oh, we can Oblivion the bandit camp. There we go. Same idea as the goblins. Both suck. I don't know if the quest enemies give you a better drop rate. I imagine that they would. Or like a higher quality drop. Where do we want to build our little grove here? I'm going to build it here. Okay. Here's some gear, finally. So level 3 boots. Awesome. We have a bunch of different weapon options. What are we going to go with? Probably 2 of these things. So attack speed and crit damage chance. Absolutely. Damage to all or counter. Let's actually take damage to all plus the higher base damage. And then we go a little bit more HP and damage to all. Or we go crit damage chance. Which will take us up to 44? Yeah. I think so. Okay, a 48 because of the 10% stack. Yep. And we got some damage to all. Yep, cool. Yep, cool. No items seem to have vampirism. I haven't seen a single one. That must be because we're playing as the rogue. And you get that base thing, so it would probably get too crazy. Plus, because of your crits, right? It would just be insane if you could do vampirism as well. I'm holding on to the mountains here, and I know some people are like, just put your mountains down, bro. In this scenario, I just want to make sure we're confident going around the loop, not dealing with goblins. If I were to get an Oblivion here right away, then I would probably spawn it, but let's see what happens as we fill up. I won't let any fall off, but... All right, let's do another grove. Let's go... I'm going to do it here. We could Blood Grove this area, and then we could do a... what's that thing called? Where it, like, limits the spawns. I could do that right here. Okay, so if I was going to place another one on this side... Or maybe I'd place it over here, a chrono. Then I can do these 4. Place it here so it's already activated. Yeah, wow. 48% chance to crit. We're critting every 2 hits right now. Insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane. Got no brain. Yeah, so I'm pretty confident we could ransack one of these now. The next village. Or Vampire Mansion. Whichever one we get, we'll ransack the other. Yeah, and see, like, we're getting drops sometimes. It's really weird. Damage to all encounter. I think we'll keep what we have. A crit damage chance seems real nice. Or magic damage and evasion bonus. Instead of maybe damage for all. Let's do that. I think the thing too to consider is, like, just because it's a higher rarity, like these gold drops, doesn't always make them better. It just means that they have 2 additions instead of 1, and then instead of 0. So it's not always strictly better to just use your more rare drops. Really depends on your current build. A lot of the discussions and comments for this series have been like, oh, you should definitely do this 100% of the time. But really, like, nothing exists 100% of the time in this game because your builds change literally every couple of minutes. And you're at the mercy of what they give you. Okay, that's probably going to be quite good. Okay, so 14. Okay, so this is big. It's a critical damage boost. I'm going to swap this out for the evasion. So we're at 48%, and our crit damage is 175. That's no joke. I could probably afford to drop that 8% crit damage chance. Sorry, the 9% crit damage chance for a much higher damage output. I think that's the way to go here. So now we're down to 35. So we're still once every 3 hits dealing 175% damage, and our damage is pretty big. This is an evasion boost, but we lose on a bunch of other good stuff, so we're going to keep those. This is evasion and evasion bonus. I don't know. We'll consider it. And then for armor, nothing really dropped. We could get a little bit more HP, but that's about it. So I think we roll with that. Tell you what, I'll try and wrap up these episodes at like a natural point so I don't just cut off randomly, but sometimes I get too into it and I like can't look away. I'll take a pause here. When we come back, we're going to carry on from this spot where enemy level 3, loop 3, and I always miss this. We got a trade. So let's pick this. Lowers the quantity of items received on the camp tile by 3 while increasing the quality of exchange for trophies. Oh, because it's throwing a lot at us. So we can afford to lose 3, but get higher quality. Get a set of new traits. Or, Child of the Forest, a RATWOLF may come to your aid during battle. 75% chance. Oh, yes. That's like almost every time, guys, if you know how to math. That's pretty good. This one seems great too, though. I'm going to go Child of the Forest. That seems awesome. Guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. The key word for the comments today, if you made it this far, the key word is RATWOLF. Okay, bye.